Are you ready to talk turkey? We're in Conway on Highway 90 with my new friend, Joe Thomas. We met out one night when we were all out having dinner. He was with his wife and I was with my family, and bingo, I found a great interview for Inside Out because he has designed the JNT, which stands for Joe Nelson Thomas, Turkey Call Boss Hen. Right up my alley. Joe, how did you get into designing turkey calls?
Well, I've always for years been a turkey hunter, and I found this old piece of wood, and it was probably over 100 years old. I thought it was a piece of fat lighter, the light wood they call it, to start a fire with. So I said, I'll get that piece of wood and take it to the house to start a fire with. When I took the axe and cut it, it had a high smell to it. And I said, that's not light wood, that's cedar. So I said, I can't burn that thing. So I throwed it over against the woods over there by the wood pile and left it laying there. And must have been a year later or more, and it was in January, cold and rainy Sunday evening, and I was bored, nothing to do, walking around the house trying to find something to do. And I looked over and saw that piece of wood laying there, that old post. It was about 6 foot long, and I said, you know what, I think I'm gonna, something just come to me and said, that quick, said, I think I'm gonna make me a turkey call out of that. So I picked it up and I brought it out to my glass shop where I got saws, and I went to sawing it and cutting on it, and I made one that real quick that evening. It didn't look too good. It looked kind of like a fence post for sure. And I took it and went down later on about 4 o'clock down to this neighbor that stayed down on Bear Bluff Road at the end of the road at the river. He had some team turkeys in this barnyard out there, and I said, I'll test it with them. And I hit that little call, and I scraped it across there, friction against friction, 2 pieces of wood rubbing together. And he didn't pay me a bit of attention. He just went on about his business, walking around with the hens, you know. And I said, well, it must not sound right. So I come back, threw it aside, and about a week later, Sunday, and I got another piece of wood out off of that post, and I cut another one out. So I carried it down there, and I crawled upside the bushes, upside the fence row, and I was about probably 100 yards from the barnyard, and that old turkey walking around out there with the hen, and didn't see me, I was nowhere around. And when I hit that thing and rubbed it the first time, he said, wabba labba labba labba, just like that.
Bingo!
Yeah, I said, man, I got it made now. He knows what I sound like. So I creeped back out, not knowing to disturb him, and come on back, and I made one like that one, and I made several of them, and my brother wanted one. He said, make me one of them things. He said, I'd like to go turkey hunting. So I made him one, and my other brother lived up in Charlotte. He said, I'd like to have one too.
You've sold these things in Canada, you've sold them in the United States, they're all over the place. But I was surprised when I got here that you don't blow on it. I figured it was going to be like a duck call. So when you took it and went, I was shocked.
You got to practice with it like a guitar. You got to learn to play it. You just don't do it now you can use it like that, like a beginner, like you, if you wanted to cluck. That's what that band is for. But that band is more just for keeping rattling in your pocket when you're walking through the woods.
Oh.
So if you make noise, the turkey's gonna run. He ain't gonna be around if it's just some noise. So, but you can hear it cluck. You just turn it loose.
Oh, this takes skill.
Yeah.
And what I noticed is that they're all different pitches.
Yeah, different colors and different pitches. Turkeys are different sound, just like me and you, women, different sound. You can go out there and listen to a flock of turkey, you hear different sounds of different turkeys making that. And all of them may be the same age, or some may be older, but they'll have different tones in their voice.
Now, you were telling me, Joe, that normally when it's not mating season, male turkeys congregate together and females congregate together, but now that it's March, the turkeys are starting to mate.
They're starting to mate, that's
Is
right.
this a good season to catch them?
Well, the season don't open until the last of March. So, but they starting to mate, but the wildlife department lets them mate before the season opens. If it didn't, we wouldn't have no turkeys, because you'd be killed the gobblers before they ever mated. So the season opens in the early spring like that, and they already mated but most of them were still mating right on into April. But the sound that the gobbler likes mostly is a common yap. Now, but I use it sometimes if I can't get one to come to me, I'll use it. But normal, common yelp is like early in the morning when the hen is on the roost up on the tree. She's the boss, and she'll be the first one to wake up, and she'll go real quiet. You can't hardly even hear her unless you're standing under the tree. Now she'll go. And that's bright break of day, and she'll get a little louder. She'll go a little louder, and one on another limb over there will answer her back. So in the record, she'll do it like that. And it's about getting daylight good that she can see to fly down without anything catching her when she hits the ground. They call it a fly down cackle. She'll go.
She's excited.
That's the fly down cackle. When she's the boss hen, she flies down, and then when she hits the ground, she'll let them know that she's down there, and she'll come back with that little yelp. And then the rest of them will come flying down to her and meet her.
But now,
when they get down there, she'll cluck a time or two like that, listen where they'll hear her. They'll all gather up around her. She's the boss.
But you've been out hunting. I mean, obviously you have tons of deer here in Joe's place, his little hangout off Highway 90 here. But also, of course, you have killed a lot of turkeys. This one is a beauty. How big was she?
That turkey there weighed 22 pounds, and he's got 5 beards on him.
Oh, it's a he, excuse me.
It's a he, yes, a gobbler. The gobbler's the only turkey you can kill. You can't kill a hen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can only kill the gobbler, and you can tell by the gobbler his head. See his red head? Mm-hmm. The hen is blue. So you got to know when you look for his beard too, but also hens have beards too. Once in a while, it's like a freak. That's a freak beard, but they won't have a big beard. It'll be a little one. I got one on my hunting place. Got one about this length right now, a hen, and she's a boss. They all follow her. I guess she must be old. And I also got another one, it's an albino.
Really?
Yeah. I got pictures on my telephone where I took her. She's real light, white and brown looking. And she's not mixed with no team turkey, no white turkey, because there's no turkeys in miles around here.
We've got about a minute to go here with this segment, and I just wanted people to see how this all starts, because you actually start with blocks of wood that look like this.
Yeah.
And from that, you create turkey calls. So it's pretty amazing. And do you use, I know that you own Atlantic Glass Company. Mm-hmm. Do you use some of the glass tools to create this?
No, I got my own saws. I bought them years ago when I first made the first one. After I made the first one, I said, I got to have me a bandsaw and I got to have me a sander to buff them down and everything.
If you would like to have one of these JNT Turkey Calls, we've got the phone number and the website for you. And I want you to stay with us, because once we came out here and learned about Joe and his turkey calls, we also found out that his home and farm is very historic. We are on Indian burial grounds, and that comes up next on Inside Out. Right, Joe?
That's right.